you're in the gray. So, I just had my first hematology and oncology appointment today, and the front staff was great, but there's a lot of things that irritated me with this doctor. I personally don't like her at all. She had a really thick accent, so I couldn't really understand much with her, and I didn't know what eye to look at, because like one eye was like going this way and the other one was going that way, and I was like, just look at your nose. Like I don't know where to look at, you know. We went through all my symptoms and stuff and like everything I've been through, and she's like, before she gives me like kind of like, you gotta be kidding me news. Her first comment that really irked me, she was like, "You're just so young to be this sick." Thank you. Do you know how many times I've heard medical people tell me that shit? Like, and it's actually really more, like, demoralizing me. Like, I don't even know if that's the right adjective, but it just really kind of hits me in, like, the lungs of being like, yeah, I know I'm 26, and I've gone through so much medical crap, like, than, like, a non-normal, like, freaking 26-year-old. Like, there's times where I don't feel like I'm 26. I definitely don't feel like I'm really being able to, like, really like and live up my younger 20 years, honestly, because I have this medical burden and like a lot of sole responsibility and a lot of things that I have to personally deal with and pay and everything. So that was one that really irked me. And then the second comment of being like, "Oh, so what do you do for work?" So I'm telling her that I work a full-time job and I also work a part-time job, and I'm actually going back to school in actually like 3 weeks, which is really exciting. Yay, me. Her next comment that really irked me was like, "Oh, well, I guess clearly you like to be busy." In my head, because I don't really like to piss off doctors, especially like, they could be dicks and order up a lot of blood tests. I'm really so sick of blood tests, honestly. And it still hasn't helped with my needle phobia or whatever. But so she said that comment being like, "Oh, I guess you really like to be busy." No, I have fucking bills. Like, do you think it's for fun that I work 2 jobs and like currently gonna go through a huge transition with my income of going back to school because my full-time job doesn't pay me properly and I can't really do anything with my BA? Like, are you fucking dumb? I think you're dumb. Like, legit, that's what went through my head. I was just like, no, being busy is like, I play rugby and I go canoeing every Saturday and like I'm a part of like a community service outfit thing. Like, that actually sounds really fun. I wish I could do those things, but I'm too poor and I have too much on my plate financially, like bills and bills and bills, and the fact that my income doesn't really cover my debt, so I can't really afford that shit at all. So that kind of irked me. And just her whole customer service sucked really bad. I mean, I've been with some pretty bad doctors, and like, she's like number two. And I have to see her in 2 weeks, which I'm not looking forward to. Now, the third comment, which I was like, was being like, well, a lot of symptoms are in this category, which means that you have thick blood. And then this category means that you have thin blood, and you fit both. I'm like, great. And she's like, and what you're experiencing now seems like it's not at all related to all your other symptoms. So they're 2 separate entities. I'm like, great. She also doesn't listen well, so I'm on like a high dosage of Aleve for my periods. I only take it when I'm on my periods, and it's generally the first 2 days because my ovaries like to think the cramps are in a way of stabbing me. So I told her that. She was like, "Oh, what any routine medication do you take on?" You know. So then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna order up more blood tests." I was like, even though I took one yesterday, because that's what you suggest for my PCP to have, and she was like, "Oh, well, yeah, just in case, like, you didn't have any leave today." Am I on my period? No, because you asked me that question. So, logic would tell you that if Suzanne's not on her period, she probably didn't take any leave. So, I told her, I was like, no, and the last 3 times this past week I've had blood tests. I haven't taken any of my medication. She's like, oh, well, so you haven't taken any leave today. I'm gonna slap you. Did you just hear me? Are you listening to me? No, I didn't take any freaking leave. I didn't. I haven't taken any medication today. And now I'm actually starving because this is my lunch break. Like, can we hurry up? So she orders up these blood tests and whatever. But I did find out that, and it makes me feel kind of good because originally I didn't know, like, I kind of thought that maybe my PCP didn't really buy into, like, how I was feeling and my symptoms and stuff. But this woman was like, your primary care physician is really thorough. And I'm like, yeah? She's like, yeah, a lot of things that he does, like, he definitely really cares about you, and, like, it's kind of really nice to see that. And I'm like, and that kind of made me a little worried about her. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I was like, good to know that my PCP is really concerned about my health care and me as a patient, and that he's very thorough. That makes me feel really great inside. So that was probably the one benefit from that doctor's appointment. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to going to see her again. Hopefully there could be some good news. I don't really want to have 2 separate issues. I really don't want that. But to be honest, if she's shocked at everything I've been experiencing as a blood disorder, unless it's something serious, I wouldn't buy it because my symptoms are just way too what have you. And trust me, I've done my research. When they're like, oh, you could have a blood disorder, I did my fucking research, and there's scary shit out there. I'm so sorry if you have something called that's like, I wrote it down because it scared me. That was probably a really bad shot. I don't know where it went. But, it was some weird disorder where actually, like, all of my stuff kind of, like, fit. Which is kind of funny. But, yep, I hope you guys are hanging in there, and I'm gonna pop in another movie, even though I'm tired. But this hurts! My God! It's really nerve-wracking to sit in the office for the oncology department. Definitely hit me hard today. And yeah.